Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you a songwriter? Are you looking to turn your songwriting passion into a full-time gig? Whether you are just at the start of your songwriting journey or a seasoned industry professional, this show is made for you. Welcome to The Songwriter Show, bringing together songwriting news, interviews, and community. Now, welcome your host, Sarantos.
Welcome to The Songwriter Show. I'm your host, Sarantos, a solo artist and songwriter who has always believed in the power of words. Here on The Songwriter Show, we bring you behind the scenes with some of today's most inspiring songwriters, giving you a glimpse into the stories that shape their songs. Tonight, I'm so excited to have Red Smith on the show. He's a singer-songwriter out of Wilmington, Delaware, celebrated for his well-crafted and emotional stories of the hurdles life puts in our way and the human condition.
And now, welcome this week's special guest.
Welcome to the show, Red. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Sarantos.
You're welcome, man. Tell us a little bit about when you got the bug here. When did you start going down this path?
I've been writing songs since I was a teenager, and then in the last 10 years or so, really started finding ways to write good songs. I'm sure I wrote 1,000 crappy ones before I got it. Which
we've all written plenty of those, man.
So the last 10 years, I'm in my early 30s now, and I I've always loved music and loved the telling stories, and it made sense to keep going at it.
Yeah. Do you play any instruments?
I play guitar and mandolin.
Which one's your favorite?
I probably enjoy playing mandolin more, but I don't play it with my music generally. Just easier to lead. It's easier to lead a band with a guitar than the mandolin.
Any of your family musical at all?
My father sings. He sang in church since he was a child, and through all my upbringing.
Okay. Is there like a musical memory that you had that you're really fond of when you were a kid or in your house?
My father, my uncles, and my grandfather all sang 3 and 4 part harmony on a lot of old Irish IRA style songs when we were growing up. So family parties and everything, they would make everybody sit down and listen to them. But yeah, they got pretty good at it towards the end of my grandfather's life.
Yeah.
And we still do that. I still do that with my father and my uncles.
All right. That's pretty cool. How do you write a song?
Usually I just have an idea pop in my head throughout the day. I try to either put them in my voice notes on my phone or write them down in the actual notes on my phone is the way I generally am able to, I'm more of a visual person. So I tend to, if I write something down, I usually can associate something else that I've written in the past, and maybe, these things pile up, and then eventually I end up with a song. I rearrange everything and realize I got a song off of, the scraps of another one, or however, because they don't always work. I have unfinished songs and 20, 30, 40 different files of something I started writing and just never got to finishing it. And sometimes you think of a new line and that works with something else. So
yeah, I hear you. What's a typical day like for you?
I work doing construction on homes, quite a few days a week. But I'm listening to music or a book while I'm working all the time and trying to think of new lyrics and whatever. I'm always thinking about music, but and then pretty much Thursday through Sunday is I'm out playing music or, doing something music related. And once May hits, I'm pretty much on the road for the summer. So
is there like a typical mistake that you see other people make when they try to pursue a career like this?
I think it's tough regardless. I don't know if I think everybody makes the same mistakes. It's hard to really tell somebody how to avoid one. But, I think a lot of people aren't quite sure what they're getting themselves into. There's not a whole lot of money in songwriting, and there's a lot more songwriters out there than there is people that want to hear songwriters, if you will.
Is there a way that you have found, and no one really knows exactly the answer to this, but how have you been able to have people take you seriously as a musician and songwriter?
It's a tough question because I think it was a pretty natural transition for me. I had been working at my songs for a long time, and I think I had enough sense about what I was writing before I really started showing other people and having a core group of people I'm able to show my music to, and they're completely honest with me and say either, that's junk, or man, that's a great song. And, I can tell when they're being, like you said, truly honest. So I think, when I was younger, started writing, I waited a long time before I showed anybody anything.
Sure.
It's just, you have to be honest with yourself first, because a lot of people, think they're doing something really great. And sometimes people lie to you when it comes to something. They don't want to hurt your feelings, but in reality, they're only hurting you by not telling you the truth. So surrounding yourself with people that are honest with you helps a lot in this industry.
A question I like to ask a lot of guests is about scams. How do we avoid scams or getting ripped off?
Yeah. Anything that I think a lot of times, anything that if they go out of your way to reach out to you, it's probably going to be a scam. I've had that happen. I've, haven't felt victim to one, but I've had issues with getting emails from, if you put your music up on certain things, there's always people looking to take advantage. And so I've definitely had some like record labels reach out that I had a feeling, they wouldn't have reached out to me yet at this point. It's not like I had something blow up on, one of the social medias or something. So, I think that's a good rule of thumb, is just kind of, if somebody's reaching out, be very wary of, if you didn't reach out to them specifically or have some sort of proof of who they are. But yeah, always Google and research and what that business is if somebody reaches out, and make sure that it's not a scam.
Yeah.
Because usually you can find it. Reddit will tell you pretty quickly. There's plenty of threads on there.
Yeah, for sure.
About people doing that to musicians.
All right. I'll tell you what, tell us about this song we're going to hear.
So I released this last year. It's called Lonesome and You. It's just a story I wrote, just kind of dealing with grievances of past relationships and things like that. And, being lost in who you are as a person. So I had written this a while back and decided it was time to get something out on streaming platforms. And my friend Mike Coe, who produced it, had got me in, and had a few friends, Pat Kane, Justin Knott, Joe Perloff, and Mike played bass on it, just helped me out and get this song out in about a week. And we really enjoyed the process. And I was actually opening up for a guy named Chris Jacobs the following week. So like, man, I really need to get something out on the internets here. So besides, I have some, YouTube stuff out and whatnot. We spent a good amount of time and energy on it, pretty much a whole day, and really enjoyed it and loved the product that came after. And, can't thank Mike more. So.
All right. Tell you what, let's take a listen, then we'll come back and talk a little more. Okay.
Great.
All right, everybody, check this out. Here we go.
Evening, ice is forming, sun's receding, it's cold and lonely here inside my life. Everywhere I go, trouble finds me. Everywhere I turn, it reminds me of the time before you left me here to die. I take a little walk to stop from thinking about you, but it sinks in that you're gone, and there's nothing I can do. So one more swig of this cheap-ass whiskey, another cigarette, knowing you won't kiss me, the pain won't go away. I'm so lost, it's true. Maybe one day I'll get off of the bottle, maybe today, or I'll start tomorrow. Baby, I don't have to lose. Maybe I'm sick of perpetual sorrow, okay, that's it. It's gonna be hard though, but it's here and I don't know what to choose. Stuck here between lonesome and you. Day the dawn breaks a little faster. I don't sleep, I'm a walking disaster, leaving a trail of empty bottles and lies. I keep on saying, wait for the springtime, I'll dry out, everything's gonna be fine, but I know that ain't true, deep inside my mind. A lifetime of weaknesses, let me hear emotional cripple, dwell in fear, drink into sunlight, just to see it shine. And if I knew it'd bring it back, when I get sober, there's a big neon sign, flashing, it's over, and I keep on binging, I'm a sucker, self-abuse. Maybe one day I'll get off of the bottle, maybe today, or I'll start tomorrow. Sorrow, okay, that's it. It's gonna be hard though, but it's here and I don't know what to choose. Stuck here between lonesome and you.
All right, Red, thank you for sharing that song with us, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. So what is the most unique instrument you personally have ever used in one of your songs?
I had my friend Joe played mandolin on that song. I tend to keep it pretty bare bones, but I play with a string band, so rarely use percussion. Occasionally I have a friend that plays some light drum, snare drum, kick drum, hi-hat kind of thing. But we have a band called Blue Dawn. It's Red Smith and Blue Dawn, and my pal Matt, he plays the dobro, which is a horizontal style guitar with a square neck that you play strictly slide and three style finger picking. So we're actually releasing some stuff very shortly here, so he'll be on that. He's a pretty interesting guy. He's actually owns a boutique pedal company called Noise Kick Effects.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
And he sells, all over America and I'm sure overseas as well. He's pretty sought after for his pedal making abilities.
Awesome. Okay. What would be your ideal superpower, Red?
Oh man, that's tough.
You could give me two if that's easier.
I don't. That's because flying would be badass. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be able to fly, being able to get to somewhere much quicker. But yeah, I mean, flying and like maybe if just dogs never died, is that a possibility?
All right. Do you have a favorite person to follow on social media?
I'm trying to stay off social media, but it's a necessary evil with this business. I usually just enjoy some of the meme pages and things like that. But yeah, just like my friends, local musicians are some of my favorite follows. And if I'm talking big guys, Jason Isbell is one of my favorite songwriters and seems like a pretty decent human being too.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any hidden talents that you've never revealed to anybody?
I doubt it. I wasn't very good at sports or anything, so if I had any sort of talent, I probably would have been showed everybody by now.
Yeah, okay. What's your go-to comfort TV show?
Probably like Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That's a great show.
It makes most people anxious, though. They just yell the whole time.
No, man, except when Charlie's yelling at somebody or getting all irate, but no. That's a great show.
Oh, that's what makes it so funny.
Yeah. Tell us about a time when the day did not go the way you wanted it to.
Well, I think that's most days. You just never have. There's never enough time. But yeah, I've definitely had some hard luck and bad experience days, and had an issue with my truck a little while back. But it was actually a pretty great that it happened, because both of my brakes locked up on the front of my truck, and I didn't realize it was happening until I pulled into my buddy's driveway and I smelled burning. And I'm going, oh man, what is that? Well, I was supposed to leave for a music festival 2 days after that, and it was about a 4-hour drive. So I was lucky that they locked up then and not on a 4-hour drive into New York. But yeah, so it was not an ideal situation. I ended up having to have both of my brakes and my CV joint replaced on the front of my truck. But luckily I have some good friends, and we were able to do it ourselves and save myself $1,000.
So tell us where fans can connect with you, where they can buy and stream your stuff.
As of right now, Red Smith Music is pretty much all of my handles on social media, whether that be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I don't really use TikTok, but I think my handle on that would be Red Smith _music or something like that. But again, I don't really use that one. Maybe I'm too old for it. I don't know. And then, Spotify is Red Smith. We're actually recording a live album with my string band on February 1st. So that will be out very shortly. And so that'll be, out on all the streaming platforms and ready to go. And that's going to be about 9 or 10 songs.
Okay.
Lots of stuff to listen to there.
Okay. Awesome, man. I want to thank you so much, Red, for being on the show tonight. It was great.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, brother. So thank you to all the fans out there for being a part of our show tonight. If you're also an artist with a story to share, please fill out the form on the songwritershow.com if you want to be on the show. To the listeners out there, thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Sarantos, and I hope you'll join me every single Tuesday evening as we continue to uncover the inspiring journeys behind the music. Here's to creating, connecting, and letting all of our stories be heard. Until then, keep writing, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Songwriter Show next Tuesday. I love you all. feel real good when I come home. I really do. Work was long and just so hard. What got me through the day was remembering our first kiss in the schoolyard.
I'm not myself and you're away. I sit around and wait for you to come home all day. I think of you, I feel you holding me. Can't wait for you to walk through the door so I can kiss your body.
This is a country song I wrote for you. About a man and his wife and what they like to do. When you're by my side, I got nothing I need to hide. I get you and you get me. It's so simple, just so easy. Life's about loving you. You're the best I ever had. I thank the Lord, 'cause he took away the bad.
Sitting by the fire, getting cozy, my sweet. I'm so grateful for what you're giving me. A little house on the edge of town, and a going all the way around.
This is a country song I wrote for you. About a man and his wife and what they like to do. When you're by my side, I got nothing I need to hide. I get you and you get me. Make me feel like such a helpless fool.
Don't you know your heart will always tell on you?
You just can't hide, not even deep inside. The fact I'm yours and you are mine. You are mine. You are mine.
Thank you for listening to The Songwriter Show. To keep the momentum going, head over to www.songwritershow.com and join our free music community of artists, songwriters, and producers. That's www.songwritershow.com.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.